Here is something that most people do not know. Right now, millions of American homeowners are looking at their small backyard, their tiny patio, or their apartment balcony, and they are telling themselves the same lie. They are saying, "I do not have enough space to grow fruit trees." And because of that one belief, they are spending hundreds of dollars every single year at the grocery store buying fruit that was picked too early, shipped thousands of miles, and sprayed with chemicals you cannot even pronounce. But what if I told you that some of the most productive, most delicious fruit trees in the world actually grow better in pots than they do in the ground? Yes, you heard that right. A simple container sitting on your patio, your balcony, or your backyard corner can give you more fruit than a full-size tree planted in your yard. And today, I'm going to show you exactly which 5 trees those are. Stay with me till the end, because number 4 on this list completely surprised me the first time I tried it. And I'm also going to tell you the single biggest mistake people make when growing fruit trees in pots, a mistake that kills the tree silently, and most gardeners never even know it happening. Let's start. Number 1 is the dwarf lemon tree. Now, I know what you're thinking. Lemon trees? In a pot? Won't they get too big? That's exactly what most people think, and that thinking is costing them years of fresh, homegrown lemons. Here's the truth. Standard lemon trees in the ground can grow 15 to 20 feet tall. But dwarf lemon trees are specially grown to stay compact, usually between 4 and 6 feet tall, and they are made for containers. They don't just survive in pots. They thrive. Here's the simple science behind why this works so well. When a tree is in the ground, its roots keep spreading and spreading. The tree puts most of its energy into growing roots and trunk, not fruit. But when you put it in a pot, the roots have a natural limit. The tree stops fighting to grow big and starts putting all its energy into producing flowers and fruit. You're basically telling the tree, hey, focus on what matters. What you need to do is grab a 15-gallon pot. That's about the size of a large trash can, with good drainage holes at the bottom. Fill it with a citrus potting mix, which you can find at any garden center for just a few dollars. Put your dwarf lemon tree in full sun, at least 6 to 8 hours a day. Water it when the top 2 inches of soil feel dry. That's it. Within 1 to 2 years, you can have fresh lemons right on your patio. I harvest mine every single fall, and I use them all winter long. Now, here's what makes this even better. Lemon trees are self-pollinating. You only need 1 tree. No partner plant, no complicated setup. Just 1 pot, 1 tree, and sunshine. But wait, the next tree on this list is one that most people don't even realize comes in a pot-sized version, and it produces fruit that sells for $3 to $5 each at the grocery store. Number 2 is the fig tree. Figs in a pot are one of the best-kept secrets in home gardening. Here in the United States, figs have this reputation of being big, messy backyard trees. And yes, in the ground, a fig tree can grow 25 feet tall and spread just as wide. But in a pot, a fig tree stays small, stays neat, and honestly, it produces more fruit per square foot than almost any other tree you can grow. Here's why. Fig trees actually love being root-bound. That means they like it when their roots fill up the container. Most plants hate that. Figs love it. When a fig tree's roots fill the pot, the tree sends all of its energy upward into the branches, and that energy turns into fruit. It's like pressing the gas pedal on fruit production. What I recommend is starting with a variety called Celeste or Brown Turkey. Both of these are perfect for containers and do very well across most of the United States. Use a large pot, at least 20 gallons, and use well-draining soil. Figs don't like to sit in wet soil. Water deeply, then let the soil dry out a little before you water again. In colder states, you can bring the pot into your garage for winter, and the tree will just go dormant and wake right back up in spring. It's that simple. One more thing about figs that I love. They don't need bees to pollinate them. They pollinate themselves. So even if you live in a condo or an apartment, 1 fig tree in 1 pot is all you need. Number 3 is the dwarf peach tree. Fresh peaches from your own backyard taste nothing like the ones from the grocery store. I'm not exaggerating. Store-bought peaches are picked unripe and shipped hundreds of miles. A peach picked right off your own tree, when it's perfectly soft and warm from the sun, That's something completely different. Now, a regular peach tree in the ground can get 15 feet tall and needs a lot of space. But dwarf peach varieties like Bonanza or Pixie grow only 4 to 6 feet tall and are born for containers. Here's the science part. Peach trees need what gardeners call chill hours. This means they need a certain number of cold winter hours below 45 degrees Fahrenheit to wake up properly in spring and produce fruit. When your peach tree is in a pot, you have full control over where it sits during winter. You can place it where it gets exactly the right amount of cold and then move it to full sun in spring. That control is actually an advantage over planting in the ground. Use a 15 to 20 gallon pot, a good quality potting mix, and feed your dwarf peach tree with a slow-release fertilizer once in early spring. You'll likely see your first peaches in year 2. When I see those fuzzy little peaches forming on my tree in June, honestly, it never gets old. Now here's where I need to slow down and share with you the #1 mistake that kills container fruit trees, and I promised I'd tell you. The mistake is using regular garden soil in your pot. This sounds simple, but it ruins more container fruit trees than anything else. Regular garden soil gets compacted inside a pot. It gets hard and heavy. Water can't drain through it properly. The roots can't breathe. And when roots can't breathe, the tree starts to die from the inside out, slowly, quietly. The leaves look fine at first. Then they start yellowing. Then the tree just fades away. And most people blame the weather or the sun or the tree itself, never knowing the real cause was the soil they used on day 1. Always use a quality potting mix made for containers, not garden soil. Potting mix. That one switch changes everything. #4 is the one that surprised me. It's blueberries. Now, technically blueberries grow on bushes, not trees, but I'm including them here because they deserve a spot on every list like this. Blueberries in pots are absolutely incredible. A single blueberry bush in a 5-gallon pot can give you quarts and quarts of berries every summer. And blueberries at the store are expensive, $4 to $6 for a tiny pint. Grow your own and you save real money. Here's why pots are actually better for blueberries than the ground. Blueberries need very acidic soil, a pH between 4 and 5. Most American backyard soil is nowhere near that acidic. To plant blueberries in the ground, you'd have to completely change your soil chemistry, which is a lot of work. But in a pot, you just buy an acidic potting mix made for blueberries. Some bags actually say blueberry mix right on the label, and you're done. The pot gives you perfect soil every time. Plant 2 different varieties close together, like Blue Crop and Duke, for the best fruit production. Keep them in full sun. Water regularly. And every spring, top the soil with a little acidic fertilizer made for blueberries. That's your whole care routine. One more thing, blueberries are beautiful plants. They have white flowers in spring, green leaves in summer, and bright red leaves in fall. They look amazing on a porch or patio all year long. #5 is the dwarf apple tree. I know this one might sound intimidating, but hear me out. Dwarf apple trees have come a long way. New varieties like Fuji Dwarf or Honeycrisp Dwarf are specifically bred for containers and small spaces. They stay 4 to 5 feet tall and can produce full-sized, full-flavored apples in a pot as small as 15 gallons. Apple trees do need one thing, a second apple tree nearby for pollination. So plan on getting 2 dwarf apple trees in 2 separate pots. Place them side by side on your patio. When they bloom in spring, the bees do the rest. By late summer or early fall, you'll have real, homegrown apples. I'm talking crispy, sweet, fresh apples that you grew yourself in pots on your patio. The care is simple. Full sun. Good potting mix. Water when the top layer of soil dries out. Feed once in spring with a balanced fruit tree fertilizer. And every 2 to 3 years, move your dwarf apple tree into a slightly bigger pot so the roots have fresh room to grow. So there you have it. 5 fruit trees that don't need a big yard, don't need a big budget, and don't need a lot of time. A dwarf lemon for fresh citrus all year. A fig tree that loves being in a pot. A dwarf peach for the sweetest summer fruit. Blueberries that save you money every single week. And a dwarf apple tree that makes your patio feel like a real homestead. You don't need acres of land. You don't need to be an expert. You just need the right trees, the right pot, the right soil, and a little bit of patience. If you want more ideas like this simple, low-cost, low-effort ways to grow real food at home, then hit that subscribe button on Chill Harvest Garden. When you subscribe, you're not just following a channel. You're joining a whole community of smart, relaxed gardeners across the country who are growing more food, spending less money, and enjoying their backyards more every single week. That's what this channel is for. And I'm really glad you're here.